Welcome back to the Caucus Challenge reunion, you guys. Unfortunately, during the break, Clay had to leave.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, right. And, you know, as they say, the show must go on. So now, let's talk about Ava. She was playing a solo game and actually had a lot to say. Whatever she did worked because she made it to the final after beating the previous champ, Damaris. Opinions on Ava and her game?
Delusion!
Lance,
sorry.
do you want
Sis has no social, no strategic. She is just delusion. She gets in her head. One little thing happened and she swear that's the narrative. Just me playing with her in 2 seasons now and then seeing it go on. Like, I don't know. I thought it was delusion. Y'all played with her longer. What's y'all thought?
She's just kind of there.
Yeah.
like no tea, no shade, but she just like goes with the flow of the game. Like, and you know, she'll tell you like, oh yeah, like you know, I'm gonna vote for this person, but really like she already knows who she's going for. So it's like with Ava, like she is to not be trusted because she is like smart, very smart.
She'll mind fuck you.
She'll mind fuck you.
Smart,
she will mind fuck you because there were times where I thought she was gonna vote one way and then it was like screw her. I was like, whoo. But like, you know, she just goes with the flow of the game. Yeah. So like that's why I say like, you know, she's just there, but like she is mentally she will fuck you up.
Yeah, she's smart.
Yeah, I saw that in the game.
She's very smart.
She'll barely try too when she's
she'll do it in the way where she's just like she kind of seems like she doesn't care, so so she's just like, I'm just gonna vote this person, and we're just like, all right, cool, whatever. Like,
then the numbers start
working against you. You're kind of just there, and she's just like, I'm gonna do this, and then like next thing you know, she's not doing that,
and then the numbers there.
I think she did pretty good, like sliding up under the radar. That's really about it. I didn't really have that much conversations with her, but with her going up under the radar, people not really like targeting her like that. I think that was pretty good.
Moving on, Damaris, we have to give her the credit she deserves. She is a complete beast in every challenge that she's in. That's just obvious. Unfortunately, she didn't make it to the final because of a puzzle. But she performed all season. I've been told she's very cocky. I want to ask all of you, but more specifically Ruthie, do you think Damaris is cocky? Point blank. Yes or no answer.
Yeah, but I think she has a right to be cocky. Like, I'm not knocking her. She's a good competitor. And I also think JT is cocky. Like, I don't think being cocky is a bad thing necessarily. I think it's a bad thing if you make it a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. Does anybody else?
You're damn right, because I'm the best out there.
Shut up.
I'm kidding. Look, see, now everyone hates me because I'm confident.
You lost 2 seasons in a row, sis.
I lost 2 seasons. Yeah, okay. Do you feel me? Coming from you.
See, that was even cocky, you know?
I can't stand it.
So, Deja, you mentioned Damaris deserved to be in the final, but her being eliminated helped your chances of winning.
Yeah.
Can you explain your relationship with Damaris, and do you still stand by that?
I love Damaris. She's like a little sister to me. But the girl is a fucking beast. She runs for a living. Like that. Like basketball is her life.
Yeah.
So the running part, she would have gotten me. Maybe I could have gotten her on like the eating part.
And puzzles, my girl. That's
the puzzles.
I'm sorry.
And the puzzles. Maybe because that puzzle was a little bit whatever.
Right.
But like you know, it just helped me with like the endurance part. Like you know, she knows how to run. She has endurance. She plays basketball every single day of her life since she was born. Okay, she came out the cooch with a basketball. So like you know she
The net came after.
Yeah, that came after, you know. But my relationship with her has not changed. I love her and I want to see her back in a Caucus challenge.
Yeah.
And you know.
With you in it as well?
Yes, sir.
And would you be targeting her throughout the season?
No, sir.
She's MF by proxy.
I wanted to catch her.
She's MF by proxy.
Okay.
Now, the clique controlled the entire game. What was the strategy behind working together when you know only 2 of you can win?
No.
MF by proxy.
The clique was given to us actually.
Okay.
I forgot, but it was like Clay's group. Like they were like, oh,
You mean
Marcy.
Lance's group that got demolished because
That was Marcy.
It was Lance's group.
Marcy said the clique, and then like that's how that worked. So we were called the clique by other people.
Yes, clear.
But like you know, at the end of the day, like if you watch the episodes, we knew that it came down to the wire, and we had to vote each other in. Like you know, we voted in Kristen and everything like that. But it was all game. Like she didn't think to be mad about it. Like, we were just doing what needed to be done.
About anything that happens.
So there was actually a lot of talk about this totem pole and Kristen and Beato being at the bottom of that alliance. Let's talk about it.
Glad you brought this up.
Yeah,
Because Lance said
go.
it was what it was, but it was kind of the little followers that came afterwards. Like, Clay just wasn't letting it go. Clay played pretty much like Lance's game. Like, you could have just called him Lance Jr. and he probably would have responded to it. Lance, were you not the first one to talk about the totem pole?
Yeah, I started the totem pole. Yeah. I know I started the totem pole.
Edarius.
And it's something I talked about because Edarius, where he fell on the totem pole.
Lance left, Clay picked it up. The same thing with Lance telling me to play my own game, or like some of us need to play our own game. Lance left, Clay picked it up, put it in his pocket, used it at a later time. There was another thing too. Oh, in the first episode, you see Clay getting feisty with Adrian. You see Lance in the confessionals, like, you can't be doing that. You're gonna have a target on your back. Bam! Here comes Clay in the confessionals. Yeah, so I'm just decided I'm not gonna do that anymore because, like, I'm gonna have a target on my back.
So you think it's just all too convenient?
It's not convenient at all. It's literally.
I mean, I don't mind being a teacher in these games. I am known as one of the best to ever do it.
That's fine. I obviously knew where I stood. I did not need to be reminded. But at the end of the day, it's a game.
Because I even understand.
I mean?
I understand where y'all came from when y'all started talking about the different, like saying like if y'all would have came on our side, that you still would have been at the bottom.
Yeah,
so
because I had
totally
no connection
understood.
with anybody from TLWL7, nor did I know that TLW7 was even working together because Darius did not tell me that he was working with TLW7 at all when I asked him about it. Like, when I asked him about who he was working with, he told me nobody.
Right.
So I didn't even know that TLWL7 was an alliance. Obviously, I know MF7 is an alliance. That's it. You know that. Everybody knows that.
So, Kristen, now that you mentioned that you played the game, you were very closely aligned with the veteran girls, and some say you floated or didn't play your own game. Can you give us some insight on your strategy and why you stayed loyal to them, even though they did send you to elimination against Ruth?
Because at the end of the day, I am a rookie. And all rookies, if you think you're gonna come into the challenge, the Caucus challenge, and not touch an elimination on your first season, you better go right back out the way you came from, because this ain't that, baby. It's not that. You have to go and you have to earn your stripes. Granted, I didn't earn my stripes this season, and that's fine. I took it with a grain of salt. I was a good sport. And I played my game, and that's it. But when I first came on here, I had no alliance beside Edarius, and I won my first trifecta by myself with nobody on my back.
Yeah.
So you don't regret any game that you played?
No, I don't.
Period.
I really don't, because nobody came to me.
Kristen handled that gracefully.
Thank you.
She
Thank
really
you,
did.
Taco. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
no, you'll be good. Like
yeah,
I always talk about, I feel like you are someone in the future of Caucus challenges will be a force because you didn't really, besides the people that you did wrong, like throughout the process, you made your connections, and I feel it's only going to get better, and you're not a weak competitor. So, you might have lost that elimination, but it's going to be many times where bitches going to be either scared to go against you, or you're going to go in and kick some high quality people's ass.
That's
Simple like
it.
plain.
You win some, you lose some, but
Yeah.
know this. As a rookie, you should always touch at least one elimination.
And it should be the
at
first
same
one.
time,
A vet should never go home in the first
and I
elimination.
agree with
That's all,
that.
period.
I agree with that.
Okay.
That's my advice.
Right. Day 3 comes around, and you are all told Easy had removed himself from the competition, and Beato was brought back as a replacement. How did you guys feel about that situation?
I was definitely like, fuck, strong competitors coming back into the game.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely thought he was out, and at this point, like, he knows that we're not working together, so I was like, that's another person who is probably going to come for me. So that's just kind of like the thought process I got when I saw that Easy was gone.
No, I just wanted to come back so bad. I was so mad. That was really about it. I was so mad.
With the numbers dwindling down, the alliances had to start going against each other. And I have to say these elimination rounds were actually insane. Mike, what was it like going into elimination this deep in the game and finally winning pole wrestle?
It felt really good. Like, I definitely had to redeem myself from last time. I like that it was just a single player game, so it's not like I had to rely on another partner this time. And I told myself, I'm like, if you go home on pole wrestle again, like, you should be embarrassed. Like, I mean, just point blank period.
Yeah,
like,
you always wrestle poles. I just would have.
I know, and I never lose. So.
I thought that would have been a winning game.
No, but it felt really good. It was bittersweet because I had to go against Adrian, who I was working with, but like you said, now it's time to go against the Alliance, and you know we got each other as far as we could.
Yeah.
And that always happens.
So, Adrian and Ruth were both eliminated, unfortunately. But they did put up a great fight all season. So, Ruth specifically, like, you know, after the elimination, you just took off. And I would be lying if I said I didn't understand. But I would love to hear your point and your side, and I'm sure all of us would too.
To be honest, like, at that point, like, Marcy was not there anymore. Like, it was just me by myself. And I was just, like emotionally exhausted. Like, from jump, you could tell I did not want to be there. Like, if you know me personally, you know I'm a very outgoing and out there person. And, like, I would not talk. Like, I would go to my hotel room, watch TikToks. Like, I honestly did not want to be there. And at that point, like, I remember just being like, fuck this. Like, I'm out. I don't want to talk about this shit anymore. Like, I was, like, on some shit, like, I'm never coming back here again. Because it was just, like, it's a lot when, like, everyone is against you. And at that point, like, it was just, like, me versus everybody. And my elimination was the only one that everyone got to watch. So it was, like, everyone, like, against me. Like, that's what it felt like. And so at that point, I was just like, bro, I don't want to be there no more. I called my aunt and I was like, can you call me an Uber? Like, I want to go home. Like, I did not want to be around these people anymore. Even people from season 7, like, Idarius was there. Mike was pretty much on their side. So it was just, like, I was just drained. Like, I did not want to be around the negative energy anymore. Like, I was just like, I want to go home and be with my family and be with my little sisters. Like, I'm out of here.
Watching that episode, do you guys have any opinions on, you know, how they left or if everything, you know, was as it seemed?
Yeah, like, for me, Ruth is a badass. She showcased that, like, at the end of the day, just initially seeing her, any girl was, you know, slightly be intimidated if they had to go against her. Like, it's not like they'll just be like, oh, it's a toss-up, I'm beating this bitch. No, Ruth was someone that I easily could have saw as being a rookie in the final. You know, seeing that, I'm like, dang, it's sad. Like, after I watched it and saw, like, that's the kind of, like, taste she has in her mouth where I know she could be a force as long as she have the right people behind her in the future. And same with Adrian. Like, Adrian fucking took me out. At the end of the day, he showed how strong he was even when he faced Mike in pole wrestle. That, like, round 1 when he got, you know, first part when he got his win, he literally was picking up Mike like a hog on a spin wheel. Like, they both are amazing competitors, and it, you know, sucks that Ruth personally didn't have the best experience with Caucus. But I know me personally, like, I know how sometimes it is to be on the back side of it and everyone against you. But that just, to me, just make you come back even stronger and show your physicality and your strategic. Do like JT, work on that social, work on your strategic, because your physical is there, period. And have the right people there with you, you'll be decent.
I couldn't agree with him more.
I'll say that when I saw everything happen and, like, initially I was a little bit upset or, like, disappointed in Ruth because, as I've said before, I know Ruth outside of the house, and to see her just walk out, no interviews, no buys, nothing, like, I was just like, well, that's not the Ruth I know. And being someone who is not new to Dre Media, like, that makes you look bad to the viewers because it just looks like sore loser behavior, and I know that's not what you are. I know, like, the person you are, you finish what you start. Now hearing that, like, you just, like, couldn't do it, like, mentally, your feelings are valid, but I just wish that things could have been handled differently.
Game-wise, I've said it all season long. If you ask Dre, ask anybody else, I said that Ruth is a strong-ass competitor. She'll probably beat my own ass in an elimination. You got power. It sucks that you felt like everybody was against you, because I'm not going to lie, your alliance with Marcy, it did put a bad taste in my mouth, because I felt like, you know, it was just, like, biased in a way.
That was it. It was divided.
Yeah, it was just straight divided. It was straight divided. So hearing this now, your feelings are valid in the negative space. Like, you didn't have people there, but like how Lance said, like, I guess use that for your drive, because you have the physical. Like, your physical is definitely there. You are probably one of the strongest girls, and I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it now. Like, game wise, you are strong. Like, I wouldn't want to go up against you in an elimination. It is what it is. But the social game and everything else is what can definitely bring you to the final. And that's just, like, me giving you game advice. Like, you're social, but because of, like, the way that you did act afterwards, like how Jimmy said, it can be seen as sore loser energy. And if that's not what you are, next time, come back and prove that.
Yeah, I mean, it can come off however it wants. Like, I'm not even planning on coming back on the Caucus challenge, so I didn't really care how it came off. Like, I was just like, this shit is not for me. It wasn't even on the game shit. Like, I didn't give a fuck that they voted me in. Like, I was like, okay, like, I'm ready to compete. Like, I was excited to compete against Damaris because I want to compete against the best. So I was like, okay, like, I'm taking this challenge. And I gave her a run for her money. Like, I was not going to let it go easily. But it was just like, it was a lot of shit outside of the game that irritated me to the point where I went to my mom and I was like crying because I was so pissed. Because if I would have went into that confessional, I would have said some hurtful shit and it would have came off worse than me just leaving when I needed space.
Despite what little argument we had, Ruth, and like Deja said, like, you are a great competitor. The thing though is that I know that you saw us all as rude or like unwelcoming, but like the thing is, just back to our argument a couple minutes ago, you didn't care to not know my name. And I'm just saying this now because you keep saying that, I keep bringing it up, but this is the first time I really ever spoke to you about that. You didn't come off welcoming and you didn't come off too nice either. So it's like, whatever how you felt, valid 100%, but like, you have to understand how we saw you in our eyes as well. Whatever you thought of us is how we see of you, especially now, because you're like saying, oh, I don't give a fuck if I didn't know your name or shit like that. Like, you're not important to me. And I'm like, I didn't think I was important to you. I didn't even think we're friends. Like, that's fine. Like, that's cool. But like, you were rude and unwelcoming just as much.
I would have to disagree because when I came in there positive. Mind you, I forget a lot of people's name and people understand that. Like, sometimes I just forget people's name because I'm bad with name. And I always say that to people that I meet. I'm bad with names, so don't take it personal. Y'all associated Marcy talking shit to y'all, even though I never said one bad thing about any of y'all. Y'all associated Marcy's confessional with my confessional. Y'all keep saying MF7 have their own mind and they're all think for themselves. Okay, so whatever Marcy says has shit to do with me.
No, I get that. It's just when, for example, like when you like, and I'm not saying you're wrong too, but like, let's say when you defend a friend, that's when now it becomes, that situation becomes a whole with that individual now.
I'm saying, I'm never the type of bitch to like defend my friend to a fault. Definitely, I've called Marcy out for shit she said because I know her mouth is wild. Me and Tobias call her out on it all the time. I'm gonna call you out. But at the end of the day, if you say something like that's bad towards my friend, I'm also gonna call you out too, especially when I don't know you. It's not even about standing up for my friend. It's about standing up for what's right.
If that's the first impression you're giving me, that's the first impression you're giving me. We were in the game. I'm like, and then not only that, like, we're talking about the Marcy thing. Like, you were sticking up for Marcy because I was like, all right, then I don't give a fuck. Like, then that's whatever. As time went on, and this is getting like personal, but like as time went on, there was no like connection. And I said it to Andreas too, that there's multiple times where you literally walked by Easy and I and like didn't even acknowledge us.
So I'm gonna put that conversation on pause here. We still have a lot to unpack, so don't go anywhere. Before we do though, I just want to congratulate Mike, Deja, Janice, and JT on making it to the final. We changed locations, and this final was crazy. Yeah. Give it up. So, I just want everybody that wasn't in the final to kind of tell me if this, Final Four seems right.
I'm definitely like, especially on the guys' side, because that was my competitors. Mike and JT played top tier games that season. JT elevated himself. Me and Dre told him in the previous season about like he needed to elevate his social, his strategic. He came in and did that. Mike went from being the first boot in his original season to coming and playing the game that was in front of him, middleman, and choosing the right side and winning eliminations. So nobody could say it was a cakewalk. He made it to the end. One, shout out to that. For the girls' side, for me, I was definitely excited to see my girl Deja, and me and Janice we started Dream Media together, and I was excited to see them in there, and knowing that they'll get that crown. I'll pass my crown over to JT or Mike, and then Deja or Janice is gonna win the thing. I was personally excited.
I was excited. They were all from my somewhat of an alliance. Whatever. I don't know what to call it anymore. It is what it is. I'm over it. Janice, I feel like she really she did her thing. It is what it is. Deja's a strong-ass competitor. Mike is a strong-ass competitor. We know JT is a strong-ass competitor. And that's it. I was actually there to experience it, so it was fun.
Yeah.
I came back. and I watched.
Yeah, I think it was pretty valid. They all deserve to be in the finals, and just seeing from like their original placement from their original season when they first played, it was cool like how they all elevated into getting there.
Yeah, I would have to say, I really do like the Final Four. The only thing I don't like is the ending because it definitely ended wrong. But that's it.
As we see, amongst the top 6, only 2 survived. And I want to ask the winners of this season, both Janice and Mike standing right next to me. What are your final words?
This season was insane. Like, I don't think there's any other way to put it besides, like, this was a crazy ass season. And going into the season, I told Andreas and John like the day before, like, I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this season anymore. And then to come out winning, and I'm just like, wow, like, I didn't see that happening at all. And as for the final itself, oh my god. The final is so draining. Like, from the running, I'm not a runner. I am not a runner, I am not a track star, okay?
Yeah.
So that was a lot for me. And then the eating competition, you know, I took on chickpeas to eat. You know, I ate a little chickpea salad here and there. Yeah. They're nasty.
You didn't eat shit.
Shush! Okay, I tried. It was disgusting. 10 out of 10 do not recommend chugging chickpeas and eating a dog treat at the same time.
It was amazing, like especially to come back after my rookie season, making it to a final, and you know, especially winning every leg of the final too. Like, I take some pride in that because there was a running one, then we had to eat, and then we had to do like a puzzle, stand still. Like, so there was like a different aspect in each thing, and I really showed like how much heart I had and how much I wanted to be there.
How versatile you are.
Of course, show that shit every day.
Right.
But it was amazing. It was a great comeback season, I feel like, from the first one, and like I really made my mark, I feel like.
Period. Yeah. Let's just give another round of applause for the winner.
And you know, I do want to say, everyone has this thing about rookies going into elimination. I have yet to touch elimination at all, but I think me winning is me getting my stripes.
Period.
Whatever. Just understand that I haven't touched elimination, and it's been 3 seasons.
All right.
Voted out doesn't count.
Yeah, voted out doesn't count.
Oh, yeah, because that's your stat too, sis, huh?
I was voted out, but I didn't get my chance to fight for myself. Okay. That's the coward's way out.
I love it.
This season was absolutely wild, and safe to say that we finally wrapped all of that shit up. I kind of want to get into what happens after the show, because with all the drama that happened during the season, it's obviously going to follow us into our personal lives, considering we all know each other outside of this. And I kind of want to talk about it. I remember, you know, experiencing it firsthand that initially as the season played out, there was a lot of explosive drama there. So we recapped that as, you know, we discussed throughout the reunion. So I kind of want to move a couple months forward because I feel like we dropped it and we picked it back up. But I want to know what started it all up again.
My problems with Marcy are the fact that she spoke on my child and she spoke on me as a mother. Yeah. And I don't play that in any way, shape, or form. I did approach her on it through Instagram. She did apologize. I unfortunately did not feel like that apology was genuine, as to I had to reach out to her when she knew that it was going to get back to me. I felt like she was kind of just running out of Dream Media Cast, and she thought she could throw a quick an apology and everything would be okay. I don't tolerate that in any way, shape, or form. I do not come for people's personal lives. And still to this day, I have not came for Marcy. At the end of the day, if people and trolls and friends, whatever you guys, you know, whoever you guys are, whatever it is, you need to understand the severity of how I feel. We're talking about feelings and nobody wants to be gaslighted. So let's not do that to anybody else if that's not how you want to feel. I have every right to feel how I feel, as well as I'm sure anybody in this room and on this Zoom chat would obviously get defensive if somebody talked about one of their loved ones, especially a child who cannot defend himself.
That obviously happened during the events of the competition.
Yep.
Was that kind of resurfaced when, you know, it was
I never
said
approached her on it. I kind of just let it go for a little bit because there was other issues at hand and there was bigger issues at hand. But eventually I did speak out on it. But then just with everything coming up and everything being posted about this season, you know, there's a lot of people not understanding why I feel the way that I feel towards Marcy. So this is it. Yeah. This is it. You know what I mean? Like, I had 3 rules when I came into here. It was don't talk about my mother, don't talk about my father, don't talk about my child. It's a very stern 3.
Family.
It's family. That's my blood. My son is my blood. And you want to talk about me as a mother? You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through, how I fought from hell and back to get to where I am today. So you have no right to fix your lips to speak on where I came from and what kind of person I am and what kind of mother I am at that. Because that's going to bring out a whole different demon that nobody is ready to meet.
I just want to know what was
it
the
all
main...
started.
Yes, please.
It all started, and I know exactly from a post. It all started with the Janice and Marcy fight post. If that is the post that really got everyone's, as Marcy likes to say, their feathers ruffled. That's exactly what she loves to say. She loves to do. She knows she's in the wrong. She doesn't give a fuck. And I don't know, like her, like fans, her little robots, like her trolls, whatever. They see what they see on the show. Okay, what you see on the show is what you see on the show. You don't know us in person. So, like, to come on personal pages saying Marcy's queen, like, hi, you're the joke, because I'm just going to delete and block you.
Chronological order, though, exactly after the challenge, Easy and I confronted her about what was being transpired. Easy and I went up to her and we had a real talk. But the thing is, you can't talk to people that want to play victim all the time. And it basically was that we're bullies, that we don't know what she's been through, that we live this fluffy life because we're from Caucus. Mind you, she doesn't know anything about us. You know, like, she has it really hard and that, whatever. This whole victim fucking thing. And after that, I unfollowed her on platforms because I'm like, yo, this bitch is really delusional and I don't want to be friends with someone like that. That's not my type of vibe. And just the disrespect. And then she took that as like the fucking end of the world and then told Andreas to tell me to go kill myself and that how can I have a 6-year relationship if I can't talk to her? And then that's personal, right? You're going to talk about my relationship that was the only thing you knew of me. And then you're going to tell me to go kill myself. Okay. So when I want to say something personal about Marcy, it really is no one's fucking business but mine. Because if she wants to talk shit about me and tell people off and shit about their personal life, then I'm gonna fucking hit her where it hurts. Because you can't talk all this fucking shit about people and bring people down, and then when it gets dished out to you, you want to fucking cry a little, like, as a fucking baby and tell all your little friends and then tell them to go harass us online. Like, I don't like that, and I don't like fucking people defending her, acting like they really know. Because what if I was fucking suicidal and I went go and killed myself? What would everyone do just because you had to talk with her to tell her not to tell me that? Like, that's okay? No, it's not okay. The shit that comes out of her mouth is not okay. She's a sick person, and everyone needs to know that. That's how it all started. And then when Andrea started promoting this season of the challenge and her trolls wanted to start attacking everyone, and we rebutted because sometimes it was fun to rebuttal against these people that have 16 followers. It really just mind fucks me.
It's just crazy because my issues with her, like, I've tried to talk to her and the girl was scared. Like, she literally saw my car and got home. I literally wanted to let her know what my issue was with her. I don't take the disrespect lightly, especially when it comes to Andrea's. Like, that's over 10 years of, like, friendship. That's family at that point. Like, now you're disrespecting someone that I consider like my brother. 1. 2, you're a fucking mess. He was nice enough to bring her around friends and everything. If anybody knows me outside of the game, y'all know I don't like new people coming into my friend group because I get very bad vibes from certain people that he likes to pick up off of the streets, and like I just don't fuck with that. Yeah. And then with season 7, I'm not gonna lie, like he defended y'all more than he fought with us more because he was defending the whole cast. Marcy, up her ass. We never understood why. He was like so far up her ass. If she said his eyes were there. Okay, like he loved Marcy, and for her to do what she did to him, nah, you're not good in my book. I will say hi to you. I will say bye to you. That's all you're getting. You're not getting conversation. But when you want to keep talking and when you have this assumption of why I don't like you, no, baby. I don't care what you do on your personal time. I don't care what you do with anybody else. But my issues are way higher and way more personal than what she might take it as. It's the disrespect. And then she comes into this game and she swears she could just demand respect and have people kiss her feet. Like, no, Ruth, if I were you, I would have never liked her after her talking mad shit about you on the show. Like, that's on the internet. Like, I would have been like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, I was rocking with you and you want to talk shit about me like that? Like, wow. Now I see your true colors. So, her whole demeanor, it was all fake to me. That, what she put up was fake to me. And you were a true friend to her and you were defending her. And it's like, I don't know for what.
When it came to the show and her just being blatantly disrespectful to me and like people that I'm cool with in the show, and of course I saw the footage of her messing with you, talking about you, Ruth, and me and you have had a long relationship outside of the house, so of course it's gonna bother me if someone's talking about you and you're sitting here not knowing a damn thing, and you're just like, yeah, I'm cool with this person. She's over here talking about everyone else. After like the arguments happened, she had the nerve to go on Instagram and post about me. She pulled my boyfriend to the side and was like, let's talk and like have a conversation and like, can you just get Janice to calm down? And, like, I really don't want to affect my relationship with you. What relationship do you have with him?
Because this is what it was. Like, Andreas was nice enough to bring her into the friend group. He was nice enough to bring her around people like his friends, whatever, and even like outside people friends.
No, I get that, but once you have a problem with his girlfriend, you think he's still going to be cool with you? Like, are you stupid? So why are you pulling him to the side? So that's another one of my issues. And then after that, she had the nerve to be like, Janice just needs to go choke on a dick and die.
I'll choke on the dick, but I won't die.
Right. So like, now this is the second person you're wishing death on. But like, everyone's supposed to be cool with you. Like, you know, these internet trolls she's sending, whether it's fake pages, these trolls or whatever you want to call them, they're coming to my pages and on like and attacking me, going in my comments, DMs. Oh, Janice this, Janice that. Like, who are you and why are you in my social media? Why are you in my messages? I don't know you. And if the person wants to talk to me, tell her to talk to me.
Yeah. She won't talk to you because honestly, I'm gonna say the reason why I feel like she spoke to who she spoke to out of MF7 is because she knew like they're not physical people. Not saying it was going to get physical, but at the end of the day, this girl says really, really fucked up shit, personal shit. My fuse is very short when like it comes to that. If I'm going to have a conversation with you, I'm going to tell you, don't call me a bitch, and let's keep it out of respect. She doesn't know how to do that. You can't talk to someone that, like how Shayna said, play the victim. How they literally provoke, like she provokes people, and I give like kudos to Janice because if I were her, I would have ran through everybody that was holding me back. Ran through. But like that wasn't my fight to fight, and I'm not Janice. Let her have called me a bitch the way that she called Janice a bitch, all hell would have broke loose. And I am saying that because you're not about to disrespect people and expect for people to sit there and be like, okay, Mercy, thank you for calling me a bitch. Like, and no,
I think that's the bottom line of things.
She wants that. She lacks that.
And
respect.
If you lack respect, you're not gonna get respect from me. And you know, she says in the show, stop acting like you're gonna do something and then not do it. The only reason nothing happened was one, because someone literally threw me over their shoulder and was like, yeah, you need to go somewhere, and someone started calming me down. And two, I was in someone else's house. I'm not gonna come in and be in someone else's mom's house and start throwing couches, breaking vases and lamps. Yeah, I wanted to, and all I saw was red, but I had to remember where I was and that there's cameras on me, and I can't let that come out of me.
Yeah.
But let me see her again.
This does affect more than just the individuals involved because it does affect the Dre Media brand as a whole. So for other people watching this from the outside, what do you guys all think?
So based on from what I've heard, which is kind of like upsetting because Marcy is my friend, it's upsetting to hear all that. I just wish, you know, if she really felt all that was wrong, she should just came to y'all personally instead of going online, saying all this and like fucking up people's like reputation and, you know?
That's exactly what she does. She fucks up people's reputation. And that's what I'm kind of fucking sick of, because you're not gonna spread rumors about my friend's fucking racist, but then have your friends comment on my post because I'm just dishing it back at you. That's what I don't fucking like. And like, I just don't like that shit. And if Andreas was racist or he was homophobic, why would you be friends with him? Why would you be around him for so long? But then when things don't go the right way, all of a sudden he's racist, he's this. No, like, that's not okay. And like, you're trying to ruin his whole fucking brand and think that we're not gonna fucking attack you. And it's childish. And how old is she? 20? 19?
No way.
5? I don't know.
2021. Dream Media has been building since what? We were in like 10th grade, I want to say. 10th grade?
Yeah, we were in high school.
Since we were 16 years old. You are not, and I mean that with everything I say, you are not about to come in here and try to tear this man's brand down. He literally gave up everything for Dream Media. This is his life. You want to come and spread lies? Bitch, it is over for you. It is over for you. You're going to come and spread lies that he's racist? I am mixed. Our whole friend group is mixed. You know, Dream Media is a very diverse cast. He had a whole ass season for people that are a part of the LGBTQ community. But yeah, you're going to go around and calling him all of these names and racist. And nah, you don't fly with me. You do not. Don't look at me. Don't breathe next to me. Don't even come in my presence. Because when I see you, I'm red and I'm hot. And that's just how I feel. The same way that y'all feel about, you know, defending her is the same way I feel about defending him. And it's 20 times more. So you're not about to do that. Absolutely not. Because that's not what he's about.
It's just like, fight your fight with facts and stop like personally attacking people, because if you're gonna personally attack people, that's leaving a door open to you for you being personally attacked. Don't give what you can't take back. It's like, it's really fucking annoying at this point. And honestly, if she continues to say worse shit, it's gonna get ugly, like dead ass. Like, it's really gonna get ugly, and I really don't give a fuck. Like, I don't have a fucking brand that I'm building. Andreas, 100%, I'll protect him. But I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks of me. If she's going to start attacking the people that I love, then 100% I'm going to fucking hit her where it hurts.
I just want to say one more thing, because I do have to go. On the serious note, though, spreading rumors part is just, it hurts my heart, because, you know, especially when it comes from Andre, as someone who is a very caring person, who, you know, accepted her into his home and just allowed her to, you know, stay there, have a place to stay with her. And, you know, we're not trying to bring that up as, like, it just goes hand in hand, though, to the situation. You know, it's not a rub in the face for her to just say all these things about him. It kills me. All right. I gotta go, though. Love you all. Bye.
Another thing I feel as though, like, yes, it started out for Andreas as, you know, a hobby, as a fun thing to do in high school, but like, his passion and his love for it, we all see it. You know what I mean? Like, we all see it, and his cast is always very diverse. You can't sit here and say something that everybody knows is not true. Like, you just can't. And I'm sorry if anybody feels a different.
Not even that. It's just that a lot of people think within the MF7 group that we don't check each other when we say out of pocket shit. And that's the thing. Like, we have conversations. We're not just a fucking friend group that goes and drinks and like parties. Like, we have deep conversations about the shit that happens in the world. And each and every one of us are loving people, and we would never hurt another individual unless they do the same shit as us, like bad to us. And that's what's really annoying, because she likes to portray this really bad characters of us to people. But it's like, it's funny because it's, if you felt those things about each and every one of us, why were you friends with us for like 4+ months?
All I have to say is that it started out as a hobby, but it turned into something that's going to be more. Like, it's going to be his career. And you can't just slander somebody like that off of you having a bad experience because of your own faults. That's all I have to say.
I've always been the type of friend that tells my friend when they're wrong and call them out on their bullshit. And that has been the issues that me and Marcy have had, because, you know, I have let her know her wrong and ways she could have handled it. And she took it sometimes as me, you know, not understanding where she came from. I have, you know, put a lot into Dre Media and have respected Dre for all his aspects. And so I would hate for false narratives to be given. I don't think that the brand is racist. I don't think the brand is transphobic. They have definitely, made their leaps and bounds towards being very diverse. And it's definitely every brand has their ways to go, but I would never say that the brand is racist. On the fact of with Marcy, I literally had conversations with Marcy, and I was definitely a big advocate for wanting her to be here because the fact of tell your own story, whether it's like Ruth is here through Zoom, tell your own story. We have been having a talking point for XYZ amount of time about Marcy, and it's only a one-sided aspect.
Yeah.
But if you would have been here, which I really advocated for my friend to be here to tell her side of the story, whether anyone at the end of the day would have felt differently towards Marcy, you would have been here telling your side of the story and speaking on it. That's why I have so much respect for Ruth being here, no matter how she feels about each and every person, because Ruth is able to get her side and leave it at that, wash her hands. Shayna, Deja, Kristen, Janice have their reasons for disliking Marcy, as well as Dre.
As much as I am, the reunion host, so you're going to see me every time that shit like this happens. So the next TLWL, I'm going to be a part of it. So I'm always going to be a part of the Dre Media franchise. But I do have that close relationship, just like yourself, with Marcy. So in situations like this, when I think, she is doing the fuck shit, especially with I can speak to the anti-BLM stuff, calling Dre a racist. When I spoke to her, she got very defensive and she thought I was attacking her.
Right.
And it's only because, girl, I don't think the way you're handling it is essentially right or cute. And even with the whole comments that you guys are all saying, about her calling you guys transphobic and stuff like that. That's a conversation I would love to have with her.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that it's a resort to an immediate defense. Like you can't beat that defense. Oh, you're transphobic, so we're done. The conversation's over.
Yeah, we can't defend ourselves because apparently it gets seen as we're transphobic. Like you are a female at the end of the day. So I'm gonna treat you just as that. You come for me, I'm gonna come for you. The same way if it was me and Kristen. Kristen wants to come for me, I'm gonna come for Kristen. I would do that with anybody. If even Mike, you wanna come for me, I'm gonna come for you. I don't care.
I feel like it's very aggressive, and I told her this in Jay's basement during the challenge. It's just like
approach.
If you just don't say it so aggressively, there won't be this reaction from other people. You hit below the belt, and I would expect someone to come attack me too if I hit below the belt.
When I watched the TLWL 7, the LGBTQ, my heart, at that table, when every single one of you guys was having a very deep, heart to heart, I felt it, and I was a viewer. You know what I mean? And my heart always goes out to the whole LGBTQ community, because I could never imagine having to show who I am and be scared of getting judged for it in that way. I would never been a part of it because I am not, but I felt it. You know what I mean? I felt it, and my heart went out to every single one, including Marcy, because I like that. I like that deep, dark conversation that not a lot of people like to have, because it's real and it's rare, and it shows every single one of us why we are the way we are today. And where we came from. And that is a big movement. Yeah. It's a big movement. Your past does not define you, but it is a big part of who you are today. A lot of people might just see me as some white girl who's from Caucus. Not the case. We all fight, tooth and nail to get to where we are. We all have battles. We all face inner demons, along with demons in the world. The world is a cold, cold place.
I wish she was here because I wish I could say this to her face and she could have some time to talk on her end, but it's now we're gonna leave here and it's things are still left unsaid
and it's still gonna keep going,
and it's still gonna keep going, and it's it's tiring, it's repetitive, it's just aggravating at this point. I don't need people
I'm sorry to cut you off, Deja, but my phone's literally about to die and I have to go. But I just want to say, I just don't like the disrespect. I don't like bitches saying that they're gonna put me in the hospital and put me in the gurney, because that it's just rude, and I don't respect that. I don't really have beef with anyone after this. It is whatever. Marcy, if she wants to continue to go, cool, that's fine. But other than that, this season's over with. It's been months. But just for anyone, if you're gonna come in be respectful, and we're gonna be respectful back. That is simple as that.
Bye,
Yeah.
Shayna.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
Shayna.
You know, Marcy, I want you to be able to talk to them, not talk to them through us, because I'm always having to talk to them, and Ruth's always having to defend you in some sort of way with your position. And same thing, you know, I'm gonna mention his name, Kevin. I just want you to woman up and shut everything up.
I have no problems with anybody here at all. If anybody does, you guys can kindly hit me up and we can talk about it as adults. I'm done. Hopefully one day me and Clay can cross that path, because I plan to stay in Dre Media and I'm over it. It's exhausting physically and mentally. I have no bad blood, nothing bad to say, and it stays here. Once I walk out that door, that's it. Like, I'm done. So bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Kristen.
Bye.
Me and Easy were talking about it before, and Dre also. I think that like the meeting you guys in the first challenge was just like a lot, because we met each other in like a competitive field where we were just like in our own like state of mind. And I think I can definitely admit that like I judge you like jump from the caucus, which I shouldn't have done that. And then like me and Shayna's situation, it just like rubbed me the wrong way, because I'm like, I forget a lot of people. I even forget Kevin's name, and me and Kevin are like close as hell now.
Yeah,
So like I forget people's names sometimes. And that does not mean that like I don't have respect for you or like I don't like you. Sometimes my mind is just not there. Like, I'm bad with names, and also like sometimes I'm like translating shit in my brain because English is not my first language. So sometimes like I'll be in my thought process and like names just slip my mind sometimes.
The way that the game was played was like Marcy and Ruth versus like me and Shayna type of thing. That's how I felt about it. But like I said, like moving forward, like I'm not gonna associate you with her. I'm not gonna associate like Tobias with her. I'm not gonna associate Lance. Anybody that's friends with her, like that's your own personal friendship with her. You want to be friends with her, then that is on you. But between you and I, like there is no beef.
I think it's unfortunate because even though I never see Marcy and I being friends ever, I just wish she was here, because then watch. The reunion's gonna be posted and we're all saying our piece.
Right back,
and it's gonna be back, because then there's gonna be the trolls. Oh, you guys are still transphobic because you guys are talking about Marcy. She's not there to defend herself. She had the opportunity.
And that's why I had to say what I said.
Yeah. She had the opportunity
because I tried
to be here.
really
she chose
hard.
not to be.
Along the way, we lost a bunch of people. These take time, and bitches got things to do. I just want to tell the audience that thank you for watching, and if anybody has their final words or goodbyes, you can say it now.
No bad blood with anybody. I love you guys.
Love you, buddy. For me, Drake Media has been definitely an up and down roller coaster. I definitely have conversations that I want to have like off camera, because I wanted to come across very genuine, especially with Mike, because our situation should have never got as heated as it did tonight. I'll leave it at that. Like, love or hate Lance, I'm here to stay. You'll probably see me all the time. I'm a flight attendant, baby, international. So if I'm free, I'm here, baby.
I just want to say, like, I'm so happy to be a part of Gay Media. So thankful for Jay to put everything together. This was an amazing season. Leanne, just to bounce off what you said, I'm very happy that you said that, because I get it. Like, once you get heated, and then someone starts yelling at me, just there's really no going back. So I would like to have that conversation as well. I like that you said for it to come up genuine, because I have conversations with people off camera because I want them to know that I'm genuine. So I know that you're definitely being honest about that. You know, for myself, like, I'm just so proud of myself for winning a challenge. Like, I've been a super fan of the show and of the Real Challenge. Being a part of this and finally winning and saying that I'm a champion, like, it really means the world to me, because I'm a super fan of everything. And like, I actually found Gray Media just by scrolling through Instagram like 4 years ago. That's wild. I remember I texted Dre and I was like, can I please be on the show? And I was like, he's never gonna cast me. So it just feels really good to come full circle, and I made such good friends and lifelong relationships. So
this season had its ups and downs, definitely. I said it off camera. I wish that Marcy was here, that we could have possibly worked things out in person. I don't know, we'll never probably get to that point of a friendship, but even if we can just agree to disagree would be nice. And I don't want anything said not in her presence today to be taken out of context and like come back at me. If I can say something to the viewers, is that this is our real life. And like the things to you guys, yeah, it's a show and it's entertainment, but now it is coming and impacting our life. And I just hope that you guys can understand that the DMs and the comments and the attacks at us and our family, like that's not cool. This is our brand now, and what happens with us is with us. That being that, I guess I will say for myself and my win this season, I am beyond proud of myself. I know it's been said, I float, I'm JT's puppy dog, yada yada yada, whatever you guys want to say. I don't really care. It is what it is because I still got the ring. So
Are you guys engaged?
oh
my god!
I got the championship ring, not that ring, but I hope that one's coming.
It will be.
We're all gonna win.
Yeah. I was just
Bye, y'all.
It was my first Caucus challenge, and I didn't really know what to expect going in. And I think I went in like pretty blind. Like I had never seen anything like. I don't watch the challenge. I don't watch reality TV. I don't watch Big Brother. I don't watch any of those game shows. So I kind of just went in blind and did my best. And I wish Marcy came to the reunion to speak her side because like it's a lot for me to have to speak for her a lot of the time. And I'm glad I got to talk to some people that like I feel like there was a big miscommunication between me and Deja in terms of the whole situation and how I felt about her. And I definitely like prejudged her based off what I saw in the challenge, and I'm glad we got to talk about it and just like squash that. I hope that me and Shayna can have civilized conversation because I did go a little crazy. You know, I get crazy sometimes, but I was really just annoyed about other shit too. So I hope that we can have a conversation and just clear that up. It was nice seeing everyone and being able to talk to everyone. Love you guys.
I had a good ass time. It was stressful as hell playing the game. I thought I had an idea on how to play, but I was definitely all over the damn place. Ruth, I wanted to apologize to you. I know like how you've been feeling mentally. I feel like I wasn't really there as much for you, and like I should have. And I'm so glad. And Lance, I'm so glad. Like our issues, like it's like fucking resolved. Like honestly, like just looking back on it, like oh my god, this shit's ridiculous. So. But I'm glad I had a good time on Dream Media, and I got to know the MF7 personally, my own relationship with them and everything.
So a lot of things got resolved. Some things will hopefully end very soon after this, and some things might never change. But that's just the life we live. I mean, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.